Hello and welcome to History Pod. On the 25th of March 1965, the 5-day Selma to Montgomery march ended at the steps of the Alabama state capitol. Although the Civil Rights Act of 1964 had ended legal segregation, many southern states continued to use techniques to suppress black voter registration. In Alabama's Dallas County, where Selma was the county seat, the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee led a voter registration campaign that faced increasingly violent resistance from local law enforcement under County Sheriff Jim Clark. On the 18th of February 1965, African-American demonstrator Jimmie Lee Jackson was fatally shot by a state trooper after a civil rights march. This prompted activists to organize a march from Selma to Montgomery, the state capital. Approximately 600 marchers departed Selma on the morning of Sunday the 7th of March. However, at the Edmund Pettus Bridge, they found a large group of state troopers, local police, and other county members who launched a ferocious attack that became known as Bloody Sunday. 2 days later, on Turnaround Tuesday, the number of marchers had grown to around 2,500 people. To avoid breaking a temporary restraining order against further demonstrations, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stopped the demonstration at the bridge before turning back to Selma. Nevertheless, that evening a young white minister who joined with the marchers was beaten and later died. On the 15th of March, President Johnson pledged his support for the protesters and called for voting rights legislation to be passed by the government. 6 days later, the third and final march departed Selma, protected by U.S. Army troops and federalized Alabama National Guardsmen. They arrived in Montgomery on the 25th of March, where King made his "How long, not long" speech to a crowd of more than 25,000 people. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 was finally passed by Congress a few months later, in August.